Yes, can you hear
Hello.
me?
Yes, finally, yes. We're live on Facebook right now. Yay!
Hi.
Can you first of all, can you greet your fans and followers on our Facebook page? A wonderful evening to everyone.
Hello! Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. I am super happy to be here. I want to give a special shout out to everybody tuning in, especially Linnell, Shy, and everybody who's been so wonderful. And I'm here in Shirao, and
Uh-huh.
again, super happy to be connecting with you tonight.
Can you hear me loud and clear from where you are sitting
Yes,
right now? Okay.
yes.
So first of all, kamusta ka na, Maureen? How has been Siargao treating you
It's
so
been so
far
good.
since the lockdown started?
I love it. I feel like I've become a full island girl, but I think the island has brought out the best in me. I think when you're constantly in the city, always modeling, doing pageants, sometimes you don't relax. So I think this has been a great chance for me to connect with nature, relax, and really understand what's important to me.
Okay, so for the record, Maureen, I want to ask you, how many days have you been, or how have you been stranded in Siargao already?
I think we are day 3 because I came here on the last day that you were able to get flights out. Very last
Uh-huh.
minute decision, and I just thought, I don't have any family in Manila. I think I want to go to the island just to enjoy my time and be safe with friends and family. I don't know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So how has it been like? Naninibago ka ba sa sa farm life or province life since being a city
It's
girl
been
all your life?
yeah. So here we're definitely lucky. We don't have the modified general quarantine. So we definitely
Mm-hmm.
wear our face masks, but we're able to commute a bit easier. And every day they're loosening our restrictions, but it's been super fun. I've been cooking a lot, and I joined a local charity here for the Shipyard community. So I just like a mini movement, but
Okay. Can you first of all, by the way, can you greet all your followers and even your stylist Oli Sara? Linel is also watching us right now. Can you give both of them a huge shout out all the way from Siargao?
Ollie is in Canada. So hi Ollie, I miss you so much. I've been seeing photos of your response of the quarantine, and it is sobrang maganda. And hello Linnell, thank you for your support. You've always been amazing to me, and thank you for running the campaign.
I see. Okay, so how have you been since this? How have you been since this pandemic?
I think I've been very contagion during this. There's been a lot of fear, but also I've just been focusing on the positive. I've been trying to learn new skills. So I learned how to properly drive a scooter, climb a buko tree, use the boyo to cut a machete to cut open coconuts. Um, I've learned a lot about farming while here. I just picked my own okra, spinach, a lot of vegetables, really fresh gulay. So it's just been a really wonderful experience, especially
Mm-hmm.
for me. I'm always in heels, so it's nice to be barefoot for once and enjoy nature.
So, can you say pwede ka nang mag-asawa, Maureen? Since marami ka nang natututunang mga gawaing pambahay lately. Domesticated ka na.
I don't know. I've been having fun here. getting to know everybody. But we'll just, yeah, it's been fun.
Guys, if you have questions for Maureen, feel free to comment that. Feel free to share it, type it on the comment section below, and I'll try to read everything. And I'll try to read everything and ask these questions to Maureen. So far, guys, how are we coming through you guys so far? Medyo loud and clear ba kami or choppy? Lando Santos, she is Maureen Montang. Binibining Pilipinas candidate number 20 from Batangas City. So Maureen, day 16 day 16 na tayo sa quarantine. So what realizations or lessons have you learned so far about yourself during this time of pandemic?
That's a good question. I think for me, it's really been about gratitude and patience. I think especially in the city, it's very go, go, go. And we don't really appreciate things fully.
Mm-hmm.
So living here, you know, especially planting things, food by hand, it really shows you what a labor of love goes into the simple things we take for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also been learning about the culture here, which is super fun. I feel like people in this area are so tough and sassy, and I'm so used to being proper. I really like it. Like, it's just so fun. The people here are so vibrant, and it's helping me get out of my shell.
So is it your first time to be in Siargao?
It
Ever
is
since
my first time.
relocating here in Manila?
Yeah, I don't go to the beach as often as I'd like to, or beach towns. You know, the closest one to us is Batangas, but this was my first time surfing here, and I have to say it's a charming island, and I really am planning to open some businesses here, or I aspire to, so hopefully that's coming in the future.
So for the benefit of our viewers, meron ka bang schedule na meron ka pa rin bang fixed schedule dyan, even if you're in Siargao right now?
Yes, I think having a schedule really really helps. So for us, especially those first few weeks, we were really working with the community kitchen. Now, since the lockdown is loosening, we're switching just to relief goods because businesses are opening and whatnot here. But having the kitchen during those first few weeks really helped me, because they banned almost all physical activity those first 2 to 3 weeks outside. You weren't allowed to be on the beach at all. And it's really hard and tempting to be in paradise and being told, no, you can't go out. So the kitchen was, you know, one way to really feel productive and helpful.
Okay. I understand that you've also been helping them doing relief efforts for the people affected by the pandemic in your community or in your area right now. Can you tell us more about it for the benefit of your fans and followers na talagang nag-aabang ng any updates sa'yo?
Yeah. So the kitchen, Siargao Community Kitchen, was started by a couple that actually had their wedding canceled. And the two were very sad. So they decided to put all of their efforts and time into feeding the locals here, because Siargao is run on tourism, and almost so many people have left the island. Sometimes it feels quite empty, at least in the tourist spots. So we started by aiming to make 100 meals a day just in their family house. And then eventually we got to the point where we were making 300 to 400 meals a day. And we actually took over a restaurant here. And it's just been fun partnering up. I've seen so much of the island just through that. But it really does make a difference for a lot of the communities here.
I see. So how does it feel that, you know, you're part of something that contributes to something beneficial to your fellow countrymen at this time?
Honestly, it feels so good, because I feel like a lot of us aren't able to help physically. I know so many people are helping, you know, by sharing things online and by donating, but I think getting my hands dirty and doing everything, it's really motivational. And I think for me, seeing things with my own eyes, like, motivates me to do more. So I hope I can take some of these relief efforts and, you know, go beyond Siargao, because now I know how to personally feed hundreds of people just by witnessing the process, you know, having that mindset, like, it is achievable, it is doable. You can provide meals to frontliners, to the local barangays, to families in need. So I think it taught me a lot, and yeah, I'm so grateful to have been part of it and to be a part of it.
I see. So sanay na sanay ka na talaga. No? Kasi I've been looking at your Instagram posts, and you seem to be enjoying your time there. You've been planting trees, helping them out in their relief efforts. Tapos ngayon, parang, I don't know, parang I'm sensing parang feeling ko, pag-aalis ka na dyan sa Siargao, parang feeling ko iiyak ka. Kasi parang you've been so attached to them for the past 2 months, na parang, you know, parang for something na ang dami-dami mong nagawa in a span of 60 days, have you really used your time productively at this time?
I feel like I have. I've read almost all the books I brought with me. I think I have one or two left. But one thing I've kind of struggled with is thinking, do I enjoy myself and relax from the pageant? Or do I keep training hard every day and, you know, kind of not stress myself out, but push myself extra? So I decided personally to put my efforts into helping others and exploring nature rather than, you know, maintaining my waistline so much. Like, of course, I'm still in shape. I still work out and try to be active, but it's been a good balance. Like, in this moment, what matters to me, because the quarantine keeps getting extended, especially in Manila, in those hard hit places. Actually, in Cebu, it was hit very hard.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's been making me prioritize things, but I have to say I'm happy with everything that I've accomplished so far living there. And I do feel like I should be Miss, like, half Batangas, half Miss Siargao now, because I love Siargao so much.
Talaga, I can really feel it all the way here from Manila. I can feel all the love, all the joy, the immense joy and satisfaction, even the productivity that you've been experiencing there in Siargao. Para kang nagkakaroon ng sarili mong version ng Eat, Pray, Love dyan sa Siargao.
Oh, yeah. I wish the only thing we're missing is yoga here, but that's what YouTube is for. I can do my yoga online.
I see. Do you miss your fellow candidates in Binibini?
I do. It's so strange. It's like, of course, the world was put on hold, but for us, it's, you know, we're really waiting and wanting. So I hope we can all live out our dreams. But we have a group chat and everybody is posting all their really fun TikToks in there. So
Yeah.
we're still bonding, talking.
Do you think this Binibini, this postponement because of the pandemic is serving you an advantage or disadvantage on your preparation for the pageant?
That's a hard question. I'd like to see it as an advantage because we had time to recollect. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't, you know, this is my first time doing Beanie Beaning. We have our veterans like Sam and Vicky who competed. This is their third year. So they know what to expect. They're ready. For me, going from Miss World to Beanie Beaning was like turning an oven up 3 times hot. It was way more competitive, way more eyes. So personally, I felt really stressed. But so for me, I think having a pause on it, being able to refocus on my values, my goals, everything. I ultimately think it was a positive, and I think it was the right decision to postpone things and, you know, follow the rules, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Siguro let's allot 5 more minutes in this kind of interview setup because a lot of your pageant fans are really want to really talk to you in a more personal way. Tapos medyo choppy ka pa kasi medyo choppy and naglalag yung signal all the way from Siargao. So parang I really would like them to really have more time with you. So sige, a few more questions before you switch to the Facebook live chat. Kasi medyo garalgal
Okay.
yung, I mean, naglalag yung signal mo dyan sa ano, um, and I really want them to really talk to you more kasi they've been missing you so much. It's been 2 months since the last Binibini activity. And much as I really want to interact with you
I
more,
miss
pero
them too.
yeah, so I'm really giving it all to the fans in a bit. So I want to read some questions. Linel is asking, eto medyo Miss Universe question.
Okay.
In the US, citizens are demonstrating on the streets as they fight for their economic freedom against the COVID-19 lockdown that they are experiencing. What for you weighs more in our situation? A society's economic freedom or the community's health?
For me personally, I am American and Filipina. I don't agree that a lot of these people in the US, they're very entitled to having their freedom. But I think at the end of the day, this is not just one country's issue. This is a global problem. It's an issue that we need to take on as a community. And I think by you not listening to the rules, the regulations. We see that the US is highest in infections. And I think it's because they're not following the protocol. So I believe that we really need to encourage our friends and family. Personally, I have to talk to my mom and dad. I'm like, hey, are you guys staying at home? My mom isn't, and I have to keep encouraging her, like, Mom, you need to be safe. Please think about the others. And also, she's not the youngest, she just turned 60. So you have to remind them, like, because in the US, it's very easy to assume that other countries' problems aren't your own, especially where I live, Arizona. It's so big that you think problems are millions of miles away when really they're next door. So I think it's really important for everybody to wake up, be informed, and really try their best to be a part of the solution, not the problem.
I see, wow. So parang it's just like asking you, ano bang mas importante sa iyo ngayon, education or health? So alam mo yun, so it's really how you really weigh things over right now. So someone is asking too, Shona May, tuloy pa ba ang finals ng Binibining Pilipinas this coming May? Would you have any idea at all? Or any update from the Binibining Pilipinas organization?
I have absolutely no idea right now. We're all still waiting on word from the government about lockdown. I think they're very hesitant because they don't want to keep pushing dates out. So they're just waiting for information so we can have a solid plan. I know there are a couple of girls with parents who live abroad. So I think my parents have had to cancel their tickets twice. So I'm sad that we don't have the information, but at least it's, they're waiting for official announcements. But I do see other pageants are going online, and personally, I would be okay with that if it's broadcast online and it's just the girls. So, whether we're able to have a pageant or do something more intimate and online, I'd be fine with either. But I'm meaning personally, I would love to have it online. I think it's less dangerous.
Okay, alam mo, may I just say before I move on, you look even more gorgeous and more beautiful without makeup. I'm only realizing, did you put some makeup on? Yeah, because I'm so used to seeing you glammed up, so.
Yeah,
so
just a little bit of kilay because kilay is life.
Kilay is life. No, Maureen, I want to ask you, you've been in the pageant industry for so long. Parang meron ka pa bang kinatatakutan? Kinakabahan ka pa rin ba? Do you still get nervous at this point? in time? Because this is like your third competition, Manila-based competition since Miss USA and Miss World
Yeah.
USA. Yeah. So does it get does it really somehow ba does it get any easier because gamay na gamay mo na eh, you know how it everything how everything pans out in the end, how everything goes, like, so you still get nervous?
Yes, I absolutely still get nervous. I go against girls who have these huge followings and, powerful families. And for me, you know, I'm not as blessed in some of those aspects. So it encourages me more to be more strong-willed, to really believe like you're a winner, you're going to get a crown. And I think I'm seasoned enough to where I'm on stage. It doesn't I hope it doesn't show too much, but I still get shaky sometimes right before I walk out. And I think that's good. That means that I'm still, on edge. I'm still alert because you never know what's going to happen. So I think it's good to have some nerves because it shows you that, you're not overconfident and that you're ready for anything they throw your way. You're just ready.
I see. Nice answer. So someone's asking in connection with my question earlier from Ian Asedillo. Hi, Miss Maureen. You're so gorgeous. My question is, what's the difference between joining a national pageant in the USA and a national pageant in the Philippines?
I'd have to say the biggest difference is length of time. Miss USA was 2 weeks, and Miss World America was a weekend. And
Mm-hmm.
this is such an investment in time, money. This beanie class was supposed to be 3 months. Now it's been really, really drawn out. So you really need longevity. You need to be in it for a long haul. It is not a sprint, it is a marathon. But other than that, Filipino fans are the best in the world. So when you compete here, you definitely get a lot more
Mm-hmm.
support, more love, which is my favorite part. You just have so many people interacting with you, and you build a team. Back home, when I went to Miss USA, it was just me. It was like me, my mom, and then I had a walking coach. But I didn't have a stylist like Ollie. I didn't have a makeup artist like Sean. So it's just definitely more intense.
So you love competing here more than in the US because of the support system.
I think so. I will say in the US, I stand out a bit more just because you don't have too many Asian girls competing. But there's no
Mm.
love like love from the Filipinos. So yeah, I live in Manila now for a reason.
Yeah, I noticed that na talagang mahal mo I mean, masaya ka na dito na you're settled down here in Manila. Wait, your stylist, Ollie Sarah, has a question.
Okay.
Hi, Ollie. How are you? Some celebrities and personalities are being attacked for posting their own relief COVID-19 efforts on social media. What are your thoughts about on this?
I think it's up to the person what they would like to share and post. Actually, in the kitchen, I made 2 posts about it because I did want to share and raise money for the cause. And after a while, I actually stopped because, you know, I love the people I'm helping and they don't mind being photographed, but I noticed some people don't need to see that. It's okay to work in silence. And so whether you want to volunteer work publicly or privately, I think it's great. All that matters is that people are they're being helped in the long run. And so I support it. If you want to post it, okay, just make sure you're doing it tastefully and getting permission from those you're helping.
Kasi alam mo, I think I know where Ollie's coming from. Kasi parang sometimes you don't know where to draw the line between helping privately and making the people want to know that you're doing something for the benefit of your fellow
Absolutely.
kababayan. So, alam mo, kasi there seems to be like a witch hunt. I feel like there seems to be like a witch hunt among beauty queens like you, celebrities like you, to do something and to make a conscious effort to help our fellow kababayans in times of natural calamities and disasters. So, yeah, no, it's really hard to, balance things over, no? Parang damn if you do, damn
Yeah.
if you don't, no? Parang
That's actually why I held off on posting. I actually also made a video about the kitchen and how it was started and who we've helped, but I haven't released it yet just because I don't want to seem like I'm only doing this for publicity, because I'm not. So I think
Yeah.
actually after COVID, I'll release it. I think more appropriate to do it that way. But it's happy memories for me, like documenting this whole whirlwind of an experience. But I think, yeah, we definitely have to be aware of the tone in the room and what's going on socially.
Yeah. Okay, last few questions before we switch. You switch to our Facebook Live. Who else is
Okay.
watching? Arnie Garcia has a question. In this time of crisis, what do you think? What will be your best contribution to help flatten the curve? This is a good question. In- Let me repeat. What in this time of crisis? What will be your best contribution to help flatten the curve?
I think my best contribution to help flatten the curve during this time will just be helping distribute meals on the island so that people don't have to leave homes. We're giving the relief goods, especially now, sacks of rice directly to the families. And, we're wearing our masks, we're wearing gloves, and when we give it, I think having less people in such congested spaces really does help.
Ooh, I kind of lost Marine. Oops, I kind of lost Maureen. Hi, are you back?
Yes,
Hi.
sorry.
Hi.
What happened?
We temporarily lost you. I don't know, maybe from your signal there, you're suddenly popping out and then coming back and then losing you.
Oh no, I can't see
Yeah.
you anymore.
Yeah, so as you were
Oh,
saying, okay, let me repeat my question. In this time of crisis, what do you think will be your best contribution to help flatten the curve?
as I was saying, I hope the signal is clear. Um, I think honestly, it's just helping people get the goods that they need, the relief goods, so that they don't need to come to town, that they're not, especially people who haven't been exposed. It's much easier to leave things on a table so that they can grab it. Um, and especially with the travel restrictions, I think it just helps make everybody's life a little easier to be given things and have it properly distributed in an organized fashion.
I have an answer for that.
Oh, what's yours?
Simple, stay at home.
Yeah.
For me to not spread the virus anymore. Kasi parang it's better to have this kind of mindset na treat yourself as someone who already has the virus. So what will you do if you have the virus? So you need to stay at home, isolate yourself, and really watch your moves carefully so as not to spread the virus to to your loved ones in the households. As simple as that. Following rules
Yeah.
makes you a good citizen and blah 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 by the and
I completely
ensuring the safe.
agree.
Yeah. Yeah, kasi alam mo
Actually,
naman
we're
'di ba, parang
super
feeling ko nga, yeah, you were saying.
oh, we're super lucky we don't have any cases on the island. However, in Surigao, actually this past week, a nurse just contracted it. So it's not on our island. Thankfully, we're still COVID free, but the virus it's out there. So I hope we keep our borders and the ferries closed now.
Are you still very active on social media even while you're there?
A bit. I stopped posting for a while and I actually got a lot
Mm-hmm.
of messages like, "Hey, can you post? Like, I'm stuck in my apartment. Can you please post because I want to enjoy what you're seeing right now?" And I thought about it and I was like, "Okay," because I do have a lot of backlog of just moments I've enjoyed that I've decided to keep private. But again, now that things are officially opening up here, I'm starting to feel a bit more comfortable. Sometimes I do feel guilty. I'm like, oh, but I I don't want to pressure myself to constantly live like a beauty queen. I think you should just be able to post as a normal person, to be authentic, to, you know, just be yourself. Because I did feel like I was censoring myself for a while, and I never want to censor myself. I don't think uh, that's fair to me or anyone, because that's not necessarily authentic.
Okay, the reason why I asked this question is because nowadays, 'di ba, at this time, at this time of a very pressing global health crisis, um, how do you remain calm and positive amidst all the negativity and the fake news, going around social media? Nagkaka-mental anxiety ka na rin ba at some point because of too much negative info coming into you?
I think for me, I just have to remember I have food on the table. I have a roof over my head. I am blessed. Because even walking around the island, you know, some of these people don't have food. Some of their homes are breaking, and it's really just been so humbling. But when I look around me, I it's just so clear that I have no room to complain. Like, even the location I'm stuck in, I have no room to complain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't even know how, but the typhoon actually avoided Siargao completely. So, you know, it's just like these little things that keep happening, and I thank God every day. But it's really amazing how good life has been recently and how blessed I have been, and
Yeah,
I'm not taking it for granted.
I like your answer. Yeah. Think of your
Thanks.
blessings, count your blessings, 'di ba?
Yeah.
So ikaw, if you encounter fake news, if you read something bad or nasty on social media, you just suddenly switch it off and just turn your attention to something more uplifting, more insightful, more something that will give you
Yes.
more
Also,
positivity.
I feel like nowadays fake news, I immediately look at what news outlet it's coming from. If it's not coming from a credible website, I just brush it off, because I don't know, if something's coming from The Onion, you know, a website that is always making these like parody stories, it's at a glance you can really see things and analyze for yourself. So for me, if it's not coming from a very credible source, I don't take it to heart.
Okay. So given all your answers, do you think whether it's in pageantry or at this time of the pandemic, is social media ultimately a positive or negative thing, in your opinion?
I think it's a positive. I think one of the most heartbreaking things about this pandemic are the people in the hospitals who aren't allowed to be with their family. And I think the saving grace there is social media. It's been allowing families to connect, you know, even if they're bedridden, even if they're suffering. It's just been something that's allowed us to connect as a world. Of course, it has its problems. Of course, it's not always perfect and positive, but I think at the end of the day, it does more good than harm. So I think it's definitely a positive.
Yeah. Look at the brighter side of things, di ba?
Yeah,
Let's
look at
focus on what
us.
social media. Yeah, look at us. Yeah,
Social media.
we're kidding. Oh, Benji Geronimo, an avid Sash Factor follower, has a question for you. His question is, I am sure that the right time will come that our country, the Philippines, will flatten the curve. How can you encourage foreign tourists to visit our country again?
I think when the time is right, we should do it responsibly. I hope by then we have major testing. I do like the fact that we have the temperature gun is becoming a norm, wearing masks is becoming the norm. But I think it's our social responsibility to be tested before we travel. And even when we arrive back from traveling somewhere, it's really our responsibility to get tested and find out what's going on, even if it's at our own expense. You know, you should be responsible. So I think just stay safe, get tested, and wait for this to cool off. I think the Philippines has been hit so hard, it's not appropriate for us to open our borders yet to foreigners. So Yeah, I think just being mindful and responsible.
Okay. From Amy Guinita, she asks, actually nasagot mo na to kanina but for her benefit, let's ask you again this question. What is the
Okay.
biggest lesson you've learned during this pandemic? I know this has got to be the most asked question sa lahat ng mga Facebook live chats. And I feel like if the pageant were to be held tonight or tomorrow, I think this question will pop out in the top
Yeah.
in the Q&A portion. So yeah, what for you is the biggest lesson you've learned so far during this pandemic?
I think the greatest lesson is to practice gratefulness, because without it, your life, you don't necessarily have purpose when you're not grateful. You don't appreciate the things being given to you. And for me, it's really strengthened my relationship with my parents. I'm calling them extra now. Before this whole thing happened, I was so busy with the pageant. I would be lucky if I called them twice a week, but now I'm able to talk to them, almost every day, which is amazing. Um, but yeah, again, from having housing to having fresh food, I've never been so grateful for the things I've been given, and it's given me a new look on life, and I'm excited to take that new outlook with me back to Manila and implement it with some new projects coming soon.
Wow. Alam mo, there's something about you when you answer your questions. Ang sarap-sarap mong panoorin.
Oh,
Alam mo
thank
yun,
you.
you have this, I don't know, parang, alam mo yun, parang you're so relaxed. Parang, wala lang, you're just speaking your mind. Parang conversation na lang. Tapos nandito lang meron lang, naka-live stream lang tayo all over Facebook about our live chat. And you emanate so much calmness and
Thank you.
relaxation. I don't know, yung parang chill ka lang sumagot. Yung parang kahit tanungin ka pa namin lang super political motivated or super hard pressing issue, parang you'll be able to acquit yourself, get through it.
Honestly, I judge a lot of pageants, and I see these girls, they memorize scripts and
Mm-hmm.
they put so much pressure on themselves to say exactly the perfect thing. But I find the girls that resonate with me the most are the ones who just speak their mind, the ones who answer like a real person, not a robot. So I always
Mm-hmm.
try my best to like envision like I'm talking to a friend. That's why I was like, oh, I think you should host, because I think that gives out the most organic answers, and
Yeah.
you get more authenticity with that. But for me, I never want to put pressure on myself to perform. I want to share my thoughts and opinions, especially during Q&A. And you don't need to be perfect. And yeah, I think being yourself is the best thing you can do. It makes you more unique.
Does it help that you're a good host? And I bet you're a good host. You've been doing hosting ever since you came back for good here in Manila. Kasi, no, kind of builds your
I think
confidence din eh.
it really does. I think last year I hosted Pacquiao's concert in Araneta. It was a full stadium. And you normally as a pageant girl, you smile, you pose, and then you walk away. But being able to stay there and really hold their attention for longer than like 30 seconds, I think it teaches you a lot, even how to command a room, how to fill dead air when the room is silent, or maybe your co-host is shuffling cards. It keeps you on your toes. So I think hosting has been a really big help with pageantry, and vice
Good
versa. They've both
foundation,
helped each other. Yeah.
good foundation for for a girl who wants to join pageantry in the future. Yeah, your stylist
Yes.
has a question again. Gusto dalhin mo kaya siya sa Siargao because he asked how beautiful are sunsets in Siargao right now. I haven't been there. Laugh out loud, lol.
They are the most gorgeous
I've never
sunsets. Honestly,
even better
they're
than the
this.
one in even better than the one in Manila Bay.
Yes, 100%. Because one thing I didn't know about Siargao, we have white beaches here. I thought that was just Boracay, but no, the beaches here are stunning, and there's not much pollution. There's no real trash. Like everybody really takes care of the island here. And the sky will be painted orange and pink. And even when you look at the person sitting next to you, they have like this pink hue on them. Like, I think if you want to fall in love, go to Siargao. Do it. Come visit me. Like, it's honestly, it's such a dream.
Oh my God. Feeling ko siguro, pag natapos na itong lockdown, parang iiyak ka siguro dyan sa Siargao. Parang, no, I don't wanna leave Siargao. I wanna stay here forever. Feeling ko may ganun kang moment.
Diba? We'll see. I'm coming back for sure.
Parang,
This is my new favorite island.
yeah, I've never been to Siargao to, I don't know. All I know about Siargao is that Rachel Peters has a coffee shop, cafe business there. Or even it's Katarina Rodriguez's fave beach, fave go-to beach if she wants to go to a beach. So yun lang. As far as Siargao is concerned, it's either Rachel Peters or Katarina Rodriguez. Kasi alam niyo naman ako, Instagram feed ko puro beauty queens eh. Kung wala sila sa Manila,
Yeah.
nandun sila hanging it off somewhere, chilling it out somewhere there in Siargao. Alam mo, as I was saying, di ba, you're so chill, you're so cool, you're so calm. Alam mo, tapos you're blessed pa with a ravishing beauty. You really are the complete package talaga. And how do you
Thank
feel na a lot
you.
of international pageant organizations are already parang scrambling or parang are having this some sort of parang silent tug of war. Gusto ko si Maureen sa pageant ko.
Oh,
Dito sa top 3 best beauty pageant of the world sa pageant ni na because she looks everything, she looks the whole package. She has the face. Alam mo kasi kung what's going on for you is because siguro probably apart from the fact that you're now a Binibining Pilipinas candidate, meron kang Miss USA, yung caliber mo as a contestant is really up there, up in the roof because of your Miss USA experience. Yung parang, ang sinasabi nila sa mga chichi na nababasa ko online, mabless mo lang yung ng kagandahan mo through your participation in any of these pageants, whether it's Miss International, Miss Grand, Miss Supranational, Miss Globe. Parang makaka-jackpot sa'yo ang pageant organizer na yun, whoever that be. So how do you feel na ganun ka nag-resonate, nag-register sa mga pageant orgs na to?
I think it is the biggest compliment ever, and I appreciate it so much. I get so many opinions thrown at me on a daily basis, and it honestly does mean so much. And I think I would be fortunate to go to any of these pageants. So I've said this before, but I feel like a piece of fruit, and I feel ripe, and I'm ready to go and to shine. So I feel, just thankful. It's hard to put into words sometimes when you're really touched about how much it means to you, but from being a little girl who had issues with, who's shy, who was insecure, who wasn't the most confident, fast forwarding to now being able to stand tall on my 2 feet and have people believe in me, like, it means the world. So I'm super grateful that I've had so much support, and I hope to make them proud. I really do.
But can I ask this question? I mean, among all the pageants that I enumerated down, ano yung parang, yung talagang wini-wish mo na sana dito ako mapunta, na Binibini will crown me for this pageant?
I'm going to aim high, and I'll say Miss International, but I'm really opening up to Miss Grand International. And I never thought I would say that.
Oh my God!
Of course, I've always been very, I thought I want International and Supra. Those were my top 2 originally. But the more that time goes by, and I've actually read a few things about why I would be more compete in this one and this one. I'm really opening up to Miss Grand International because we've also never had a Miss Philippines, and I'm a competitive girl, and I think I could be competitive in Miss Grand International as well as all the others. But I keep getting told I'm very fierce, which is funny to me because I think I'm like kawaii and like not necessarily fierce. I don't know. It's interesting. But I could see myself at any, but I'm really opening up to Grand now.
Sige na nga. Sige na nga. Sige na nga, supportahan na. Hindi, but kasi
What
I
about you?
understand why eh.
I do too.
Yeah, alam mo, kahit ayoko sabihin to, aminin ko talaga, yeah, I see you really doing well in Grand. I really see you doing well kasi parang feeling ko if the pageant owner will really see you in person, ay nako, feeling ko baka masabihin niya game over na. Kasi alam mo, he has a penchant for crowning girls who are really, parang Miss Universe worthy candidates. Naksam. Ay nako, ano ba yun? Ba't ba ko na sinabi? Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
Oh no, pagalitan ako.
It's fine.
Yeah, and alam mo naman, di ba, the pageant owner likes to crown girls who are that kind of caliber. Tapos batak pa yung katawan, mesmerizing pa yung face, oozing with personality. And if you've been following the social media account of the reigning winner of that pageant right now, you can see na talagang, alam mo yon, parang siyang katulad mo na parang chill, relax. Tapos she's also opening up a business, cookie business in Thailand kasi Thailand is the home base of that organization. So I think the winner has already parang, has really liked her reign so far, na parang na nagugustuhan niya yung reign so far, tapos nagugustuhan niya yung reign niya so far, parang at home na siya, to the point na at home na talaga siya doon sa Thailand. Tapos ngayon she's setting up her own cookie business, food business. So parang nakakatuwa, ang empowering din eh. Alam mo yun, despite the negativity between the animosity and the negativity between the fans and between the Pinoy pageant fans and the pageant, parang makikita mo rin talaga na parang, alam mo, may mga little bright spots na talagang alam mo yon. Pero yeah, may nagsasabi nga sa akin parang it will be soon, parang sooner or later. Kasi MGI is the only crown na the Philippines hasn't won yet. And marami nagsasabi na parang in a matter of time, makukuha na rin natin yung corona na yon. And kung ikaw ang ipadadala doon, parang ikaw ang feeling ko magbe-bridge ng reconciliation between the pageant owner and the Pinoy pageant fans. Feeling ko lang, that's just my opinion.
I think so too. And that's why I've been talking to a lot of people and girls who have competed there, and it's really opened my eyes to the possibility. Of course, again, I hope to get Miss International, but the more I see it, because I am opinionated. I do love the runway. And I'm not always the most conservative. Like, I believe in body positivity, and if you are proud, flaunt it. I think especially here we need more self-love. So if I do happen to get Miss Grand International, I would be happy with it.
Feeling ko kasi alam mo yun, tapos I don't know if you've been watching their previous pageant editions, pero nakita mo naman, 'di ba, yung mga bumibenta sa kanila doon, yung mga katulad mo na wow, batak, tapos yung talagang fit talaga yung katawan, and then talagang ang gagaling ng mga pasarela skills nila. And I feel like, oh my God, mamaniin lang to ni Maureen if ever she's gonna be sent there.
Well, fingers crossed that we have, we can choose our delegates and send them to the international competitions. Fingers crossed it can happen. So yeah, thank you though. Yay! That makes me happy that we share the same sentiments.
So ano yun? So now that there's a pandemic right now, so okay lang ba na sa'yo ba, do you feel na parang this is serving you an advantage na na-postpone yung Binibining Pilipinas pageant?
I think mentally, absolutely. It gave me a nice break. I had some, I've had a lot of clarity recently. I think for a lot of the girls financially, no, it has not been a positive, but the whole world suffering. So it's not just us who have been struggling with that. But I hope we can have this wrapped up in a nice, quick way. Just because screening was end of January. And now we are in May. So it's been quite a time commitment, especially as a model. I work mainly as a commercial model. And part of the big reason I switched to hosting was because you're not supposed to have contracts. So I haven't done any commercials in preparation for this. I've declined a lot of work in hopes to secure a crown. So I hope I can get back to working soon. But ultimately, I'll view it as a positive, because in life, you can either be negative or positive. I'm always going to choose positive. So at least now when we go back, we'll all be fresh and ready.
Okay. Okay, someone's asking here, have you experienced criticism for competing in beauty pageants? If so, how did you handle it?
Absolutely. Actually, I kind of like it when people come to me with negative views about pageants, because it's an opportunity for me to change their viewpoints and to make them see, this girl is articulate, this girl is driven, this girl is not what I expected. And also with a lot of my friends in pageantry, you know, they're amazing women who are so powerful in their own right, who can do so much. So when I do receive criticism about it, I just show them, like, you can do whatever you set your mind to. For me, pageant has done nothing but elevate my self-esteem. It's helped me with networking. It's helped me, you know, have so many new job opportunities. So yeah, I'm always open for criticism, especially when it comes to pageants, because there's so much good in it. Yeah, of course, there are some things that, you know, aren't always the most glamorous, or things that aren't right, but as a person, you choose if you want to partake in that or not. So I always show them the good side.
Okay, I'm curious lang. I hope you don't mind me asking. What was the worst criticism, or what was the worst thing that was said to you while competing in beauty pageants? Ikaw, kung gusto mo lang sagutin, but if you know, I can brush it off.
Yeah, I think honestly, the most hurtful one I get is, she's not even Filipina. And it hurts because I'm a citizen. I've lived here for years. And it's like they want to take away my identity. And I know I am very obviously fair skinned. I grew up in the States. Most of the time I speak English. But you know, at the end of the day, all of my work, all of my love and effort has been poured into the Philippines. So, you know, when people say like, oh, her body's ugly, or her hair is a mess, or, you know, I get a lot of comments. Those don't bother me, but that one does. But again, all you can do is show them, like, I am, and I will continue to serve my country because it's the right thing to do and it's what I love.
I see. Yeah. Ang hirap, no? Ang hirap talaga na you can't please everyone, no? Parang kailangan you have to be made of sterner stuff while competing in pageants, eh. It's not meant for the weak-hearted, eh. Right? You think so?
It really isn't. It's so weird. People think that you sign up for the hate because, you know, it's a public thing and you're sort of become a public figure in a sense. But we know we're not signing up for hate. We're doing this to build ourselves up. So I really encourage somebody, if you see someone competing and you want to insult them, don't, because all you're doing is bring somebody down. And what, like, multiple people can succeed. This girl can be beautiful and this girl can be beautiful. If I could change one thing about pageantry, it would be the hate and the competitiveness amongst fans, because I hate it when they turn on each other. It's not good. All I want to do is, you know, encourage people to share a love of a passion, not tear each other down.
Okay. There's a good question here from Brant Alonso. What is your message to the women who are struggling on loving themselves, who are suffering probably from low self-esteem?
As cheesy as it sounds, to anybody struggling with self-esteem, I think you really just need to work on loving yourself. I think so many people try to find love through maybe a partner or pouring themselves into their job. But at the end of the day, you need to get comfortable with yourself, with your flaws, with your insecurities. You just need to know yourself. That way you're able to accept yourself and deal with it. For a large part of my early 20s, I swept things under the rug and I didn't address them. And I think around 24, 25, I started dealing with my insecurities properly. And wow, what a difference it made in my life. But I would just say, get to know yourself. Don't be afraid to talk to others about your issues and your problems, because you can solve them and you can learn to love every inch of yourself, metaphorically and physically.
Yeah. Okay, another question here from Linnell. Since you've lived in democratic countries all your life. Now, being a democratic nation, our freedom of expression is widely channeled in various media platforms. Do you believe that we have too much democracy in our culture?
Do I believe that we have too? No, I think we need more. I think
More.
sometimes, yes, I wish what we voted for and what we said was heard more, and that as a country we could make decisions together. I think so many people are affected in decisions that are done by one person, where maybe checks and balances aren't as appropriate as they should be. So I wish that, again, those checks and balances were really, really strengthened. Because to me, that's not democracy. To me, that's more of one, how to say this politely, there's been so many news stories. I don't want to get too political with this, but I wish we could make decisions together as a nation. Yes.
Okay. I see. Hello. Oh, I saw. Hi, Maureen. Maureen, you're there? Are you still there? Oh, we lost her again. We lost her. Hey,
Where I
you...
didn't exit out of that question because it was political.
Oh my God. Ay, naku, sana talaga. Oh. Hi, Maureen. I can hear you, but I can't see your face. Is it because of the week? Oh yeah, there you are.
Maybe.
Okay, do you still want to do the solo Facebook live chat with your fans after this, or?
What do you think, or what do the people think? I mean, I'm
Siguro,
willing to
yeah,
do
I think
Facebook
so.
for
You
10
could
minutes.
engage them more, even for just like 10 more minutes. Pero but at the rate at the rate things are going, they've also been sending their feedback to us right now, and everything's good. Like Ian Asidilio, he says, what this is a good comment for you. What I like about Miss Maureen is she's not only beautiful and smart, but she also has a charisma of a winner. She's a crowning material indeed. Good luck to you, Miss Maureen.
Oh, thank you so much. They're so sweet. Oh.
Okay, and then crown her already, Victoria says. This is gonna be my last question to you. Before you try to engage your fans, kahit 10 minutes lang, 15 minutes, because I know you probably might want to rest after this, but yeah, kasi pag Zoom talaga, I don't know, for some reason, it's attracting less viewers compared if you do a solo live with them. I don't know.
Okay.
Probably it's because your face is being magnified big on screen. Kaya I don't know. They don't want to see my face. The joke. Wait, Sir Roger is saying hi to both of us. He's sending his regards. Oh my God. Hi, Sir Rodil. Hi, Sir Rogil. Wow, nanonood siya sa atin. Oh my God.
Oh, galing.
Oh my God. Si Sir Gio rin kaya. Si Ollie rin kanina nanonood. My question is, you're joining Binibining Pilipinas right now. And as we all know, Binibining Pilipinas is really the most prestigious beauty pageant here in our country. Parang feeling, alam mo yun, as a joining Binibining Pilipinas alone pa lang is already like the paragon or beacon of, the best of beacon of hope and aspiration for all young women here in the Philippines. It means confidence, it means empowerment. So my question is, what for you is the definition of a modern and an empowered Filipina?
For me, a modern and empowered Filipina isn't afraid to speak her mind. She's independent, she's headstrong, she knows how to chase a dream, but also how to interact with others and really build a community. I think we have such great strength in numbers, and a modern day Filipina, she's a leader. She knows how to get things done, and yeah, she's one of a kind because Filipinas are one of a kind.
Do you miss do you miss everyone in Binibini? Sila Miss Liliana, sina Sir Leroy, sina Sir Ray.
I really do. I got so used to seeing them every day and having the pageant just come to a halt. It's sad. You miss your friends, and they slowly start to become family. So of course, yes, I miss them all very much. And if they're watching, hi, I miss you.
Yeah. What has been your most favorite Binibini activity so far?
Honestly, I think the dance challenge, because I love Zumba and I'm not the best dancer, but I love dancing.
I remember you on that activity, you were like dancing like, okay, it felt like I was already watching the rehearsals of the finals. Like,
yeah.
To the tune of react ng Pussycat Dolls. Yung parang,
yes.
gusto ko kayang gayahin nun eh. I was really dancing behind the scenes at the back. Kasi talagang, lalo ka na, talagang, you're a graceful dancer pala, no? It was my first time to see you. No. Parang you pick up the move so easily. Ang galing mo makapick up agad ng instruction. I mean, nag-aano lang sila tapos ikaw parang in your own corner, you were doing it brilliantly. Parang feeling ko, ilalagay ka nila sa gitna or sa harapan para for, alam mo yon. Kasi front runner tapos galing pa sumayaw. So parang for more camera exposure.
Yeah, actually, that was my strategy at Miss USA. I had no idea what was going on because it was actually the year that Trump was getting rid of Miss USA. So we lost all our sponsors. We didn't know if we were going to be televised. And then I told myself, well, no matter what, I'm going to be in the front. I'm going to be one of the best dancers here so I can be in the front and at least be seen, because I tried, I worked so hard to get here. I don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, whenever I'm in a pageant, I'm going to dance so hard just in case I don't make top 20 or whatever. Like, I'll still be in the front dancing. Yeah, that's me.
It's really paying off. We're seeing all the best talaga in everything that you are doing right now. So do you think your training with KF is really enhancing your pageant skills to the next level?
I really felt like my walking was weak. So I've been training with Tito Raj for walking, and I think it's really, really helped. I also, little things like at Miss World, I didn't have a makeup artist, I didn't have a stylist, and having those people to support you makes a world of a difference. You look like a finished product. And of course, this is me. I love like little to no makeup and simple things, but at the end of the day, when you're on a stage with dozens of girls, you need to stand out. And I think having a team really, it makes a world of a difference. So I'm glad I've been training more and that I have such wonderful people helping me.
I'm curious, who's your closest Binibini candidate?
I would have to say it's a tie between Justine and Hazel.
Kasi magkakatabi kayo.
Yeah, actually, all the girls within my batch number 2, 11 to 20, Yes. Our batch I love it. I love all the girls, but my batch is just so full of life and energy because we have Hazel, we have Justine, we have Sam. Yeah, everybody's just super fun.
Buti you still keep in touch with them? Do you guys make a group effort to still communicate with one another even at this time?
Yes, actually, even earlier today, I was messaging Justine because she's still in the condo. She's in QC. So I'm like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? I know a few months ago, there was a case of COVID in that area and actually in the building. So, and quite a few pageant girls were staying there. So I think it's best if we all stick together and talk just so we know what's going on and, we take care of each other.
Alam mo, since you've joined a lot of pageants, ever since you learned how to walk, how do you feel na yung mga fans mo are growing by numbers year by year? I can see na a lot of people, a lot of your social media manager, your fans who are handling a lot of your social media accounts, your fan and social media accounts are really, doing it. Really promoting you talaga hardcore, whether it be your simple posts or any posts or materials coming from Binibini. Yung talagang, alam mo yan, talagang they're talagang they're giving their all in shouting your name talaga for the whole world talaga, for the whole world to notice you, na talagang for everyone to really look at you and say na talagang you're one of the candidates to beat at this year's Binibining Pilipinas pageant. So what can you say to all your supporters, to your followers who have been, who have been there for you since your Binibini journey since day one?
Honestly, it means the world. For me, I'm a very private person, and as I know, being in pageants, people don't expect me to be an introvert, but I really am. So it's so nice having supporters who understand me and who are actually on my team. Because I remember in my last pageant in the Philippines, I had 10 people show up and I loved them. They were great. But, I went to our press con and there were people for me, like more than 10 people with banners and balloons, and it made me want to cry because I've never had that before. And I know that, some girls have an entire stadium, but for me, having just anybody there for me, because my mom and dad don't live here, and I haven't seen my dad in over 2 years. So having support, it really does mean the world. So I want to give a special thank you to Linnell. Just wow, you put so much time and effort into everything, and it really, really does mean a lot. And yeah, I don't know how to repay you guys, but I'm gonna think of a really, really good way because you've really helped me on this pageant journey, and I wouldn't be able to make it as far as I have without you guys.
Okay, on that note, it's been an hour. I never realized I had so much fun talking to you. 1 hour na palang lumipas. And thank you so much for granting my request for you to appear live on our Facebook page. This is like a pre-birthday treat this is such a special pre-birthday treat that you gave out not only to me but to everyone to each and every follower here on Sash Factor. I'm so super blessed to have someone like you na madaling kausap lang, na parang in an instant, parang out of the blue, I just texted you and immediately you said yes. So thank you so much.
Of course. Adam, anything for you. You're worth it. I hope you have an amazing, amazing birthday, and you deserve the world, or the universe rather.
Yeah. Oh, Sir Roger. Oh my God. Feeling ko pag hindi ko birthday, hindi mo ako papansinin. Joke. Sir Roger says, keep safe.
Oh, thank you. You guys too. I especially if you guys are in Manila, Cebu, and the other heavily affected areas, please stay safe as well. Please, please, please.
Parang I wanna ask you more questions pa about your personal life, pero wag na.
Oh, hindi ko alam. What? No.
Parang
I can't
sasagot
hear
mo
you.
sa akin, Tito Boy, I don't wanna answer your incriminating questions.
After the pageant na lang. Yeah. After.
Oh my God, thank you so much, Maureen. And stay fab. I wonder, are gyms open there? How do you pala maintain your figure there in Siargao?
um,
Parang
so
do you watch what you eat? How do you, are gyms still open there? Kasi dito sa Manila, wala talaga.
no, we don't have gyms, but they opened up the beaches to us again. So I try to go swimming every day. They just actually today we got the green light to go surfing again. So, hopefully I'm going to try to go tomorrow, but I'm just trying to do as many activities that I can. Just getting outside, honestly, especially since a lot of the areas are not abandoned, but there aren't many people here in some of the more populated areas, or the tourist areas, I should say. So just getting outside and enjoying nature. But hopefully in the next week or two, we'll see. I think in the next 2 weeks, we should have a gym open, but we'll see. We'll wait for what the government says.
Is Siargao in enhanced community quarantine or modified? Hindi, no? Parang feeling ko it's not part of the lockdown imposed by the government. Kasi nga nagulat ako na you're allowed to swim,
We're,
you're allowed to surf.
yeah, we actually just got put back on general community quarantine, but they're still allowing the beaches to be open. But it's because of Surigao, because all the patients, there aren't many hospitals in this area, so they're getting flown into Surigao. So, and we're quite near, we're a ferry away. So we got put back on lockdown because they did really loosen, and then now they're kind of getting a bit more strict. But I think that's good. I think we need to be strict. And again, I just hope we keep our borders closed so that, the community can function within itself.
So marami ring foreigners ang na-stranded dyan sa Siargao, or are they already gone by this time?
Most are
Taking those
gone.
chartered flights to their respective countries. A lot?
Most are gone. We have a few here and there, but we've had several sweeper flights. We've had maybe 4 or 5 American sweeper flights. I know of 2 to 3 British ones. A lot of the European countries. Everything's pretty much being taken care of, but we have a few. Most of us are just locals, and then Manila, like Filipinas and Filipinos. Quite a few halfies here.
So
But
may constant communication kayo with your respective embassies, like ikaw US embassy or yung ibang foreigners, tapos they arrange flights. Buti no, you opted to stay here, no, instead of taking the first flight out to the US.
I honestly thought about it, and I had a decision, and it wasn't easy because my parents were like, come home. We haven't seen you in 2 years. Come home. And I just told them, I honestly feel very safe in the Philippines. The Philippines is my home. I love you, but I made a commitment to the pageant. So until I'm released from them officially, until they give me more information, I'm going to stay here because I've put too much work into this to let it go. So I don't want to be caught overseas, or I don't want people to question, like, she's not Filipina, she's out of the country. Like, no, I'm going to stay here, dig my heels in, and be here with my kababayan for this whole pandemic. So
Did it also help in your decision making na kasi nga marami ring COVID cases sa US?
yeah, actually, I also was like, I don't feel much safer there. Honestly, when I came to Siargao, oh my gosh, the airport was so uneasy. It was so anxious. Everybody was like staring at each other. And if one person coughed, it was like you're a murderer. It was so fear inducing that I honestly was like, I don't want to do that internationally, because I just went from Manila to Siargao.
But to go from, I would have to go Siargao, Manila, and then LA, Arizona. It's like so much. I'd rather not. I'm happy here. We'll stay here.
Yeah, true. And feeling ko, I think you made the best. You made a better decision. You've made a good decision. You've made a good decision.
Honestly,
Ayoko na sabihin kung bakit.
I am
I'll
so
stop
glad
it
I
there.
chose to come here.
I'll stop it right there. Hindi na ako mag-ano.
Yeah.
Ayoko na.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
Marie,
happy
thank you.
to be here.
So, curious lang ako, nurse ka natutulog dyan nowadays. So, siguro mga 9 o'clock tulog ka na, no? Kung hindi lang kita ginugulo ngayon sa live chat, tulog ka na ngayon, no? So, feeling ko walang inuman dyan. Walang, because it's a province, so everything's peaceful. Everything ends by as early as probably 6, 7. Kasi that's how diba? And I don't think naman parties are allowed, diba? Because of what's happening right now. So, yeah. So, maaga
Yeah,
ka
I was
natutulog
actually,
ngayon. Sleeping Beauty ka
yeah,
ngayon for the past 6 months.
always.
At 60 days, sorry.
6 months, oh my God.
So yung there's so many things to look forward to pa no in this year's in your batch, no. I mean, sobrang nabitin kami because of we're supposed to have a pizza tour before. I mean,
Yeah.
we were supposed to have a pizza tour, Pizza Dairy Queen / Taco Bell tour with you guys before the lockdown. Sayang di natuloy, no? And I really can't wait what's next for you guys. What's in store for you in the next few months. Ako, I'm really hoping, alam mo yon, parang sana matuloy pa rin yung pageant kasi sayang eh. Sayang. Sana magawan talaga ng paraan. No?
Yeah. I think everything will work out and everything will happen in God's time. So I'm not worried. Things will work out.
Okay, as my last question to you, you said you're just grateful for everything that's happening despite what's going on. So, where are you drawing the strength to push through despite the odds, despite the challenges coming our way, coming into your candidacy, being stranded there, all the way from Siargao, and basically not knowing the future ahead, yung fear of the unknown. Where are you drawing all the strength and courage to persevere, to push through?
For me, I just think about everything I've sacrificed and the things that my family have sacrificed for me. I think they're my greatest source of strength through all of this. We've all put so much time and effort into, whether it be modeling, whether it be pageantry, or just chasing whatever dreams you have. You can't give up. For me, I feel like I've been laying the seeds for everything. And although this year has not been what I expected, I still feel like we're going to reap a big harvest because hard work never goes unnoticed. Hard work is never thrown away. So I'm sticking with it because I know it's going to pay off and it's worth everything.
All right, wow, so much positivity. On that note, Miss Future Bini Bini Pilipinas title holder, can you can you give a message to all your fans as a parting shot to all your followers who have been cheering for you, rooting for you since day one to wrap this up?
Thank you guys, especially thank you for tuning in. This has been such a fun time. Thank you for all of your questions. They've all been so excellent and thought-provoking. You guys are the best. I hope you're all staying safe at home and I miss you guys. I hope that we can all connect again soon in person and hug after all this is through. But thank you again for your undying support. You guys are the best in the world.
Oh, you've got such the best fans right now. All right, sige. Thank you so much, Maureen. Thank you for showering your kagandahan, your gorgeousness for all our followers to see and hear right now. We really feel blessed and privileged for you in saying yes to our impromptu last minute live Facebook chat. Super, super grateful talaga.
No
Super
problem. It's my
grateful.
honor. Thank you for having me, Adam. You're the best birthday boy ever. And yeah, just thank you for having me. It's been a blast.
All right, Maureen. Basta think positively, stay calm, and please update us if anything, if there is anything that you would know about what will happen, if Binibining Pilipinas will be giving us any updates about the pageant this year, because we really can't wait what's in store for you guys in the next few months. Let's
I
just
think we'll definitely have we'll probably have to wait a few months. But I will definitely keep you guys up to date. But I think something will happen later this fall. But we will see and we'll keep you updated.
All right, girl. Good night over there.
Good night. Sleep
You're
tight,
so
birthday boy.
pretty.
I miss you. Ikaw
Yeah, I miss you
din.
too. Virtual kiss, virtual hug, and flying kisses all the way from Manila right now.
Bye, Adam.
Thank
Thank you
you. Bye.
again.
Thanks,
Thank
Maureen.
you.
Good night.
Night.
Bye. There you guys have it. Maureen Montang just who went live on our page. I hope you guys enjoyed my conversation or my casual conversation with Maureen Montang. And for all her followers, nakita nyo naman, she's all safe and sound, even if she's so far away from all of us right now here in Manila. And thank you so much for tuning in. So until my next Facebook live chat with a fellow beauty queen, abangan nyo yon since it's my birthday week. I have something I have something, I have a surprise for you guys later, next week. Ingat kayo guys. Good night. Bye.